Welcome back to more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time, we collected the final figures and achieved 100% completion. This time, we're going to go over some optional content. So first of all, let's head to the world map. And our first stop is the Concrete Isles in Ever Bay Coast. So there are 3 Howl Rooms in the game, located in Worlds 1, 3, and 6. But there are actually secret areas in every world. The one for this stage is kind of interesting because I almost found it by accident. I had no idea where the treasure island would be for the one mission, so I was actually trying to get pulled into the whirlpools to see if there was any like secret passages. And it turns out there is actually a secret area that is accessible through one of the whirlpools. So if you head over here, you might notice that this whirlpool in the corner has a square around it. And that takes us to a secret area. We have a cone mouth transformation and a bomb block. If we break this, it'll free these little crates that we can jump across. Very carefully, we want to keep the transformation as we jump across, and we made it. So we can break this and collect a lot of food and star coins along with a capsule. Not that it really matters at this point because we have every figure. If we don't have all the figures, that's actually kind of a cool secret. So let's head out. And that takes us back to the entrance. So something worth noting is if you quit a stage, you will keep every star coin you've collected, but you won't keep progress for the rescued wildies, and I think you also lose figures you've collected. Next up is the secret for Winterhorns. And that secret area is located in the Battle of Blizzard Bridge. I can't help but feel like I'm making a terrible mistake by going into this without a power-up. I haven't actually done this secret area yet. This will be my first time experiencing this. So past the Maximum Tomato for one mission, you can actually stand here. You can also keep flying upwards like so to reach a star coin on this ledge, and if you go this way, there's actually a ladder. This is really well hidden. So there's a little path of star coins leading to a treasure chest. So let's see what's inside here. Lots of star coins. By the way, most stages actually have a blue star coin. That's worth 30. These are completely optional, but a lot of them are really well hidden. There's also an open window. So we have a little rest area with a fireplace. I guess there being a fire means that someone has been here somewhat recently. And now we are actually on top of the bridge. We're given one power-up, in this case Needle, and we have a fight with Twin Wild Edge. So this is one of those things that would have been really cool if we hadn't done it with all of the like post-game abilities unlocked, or late-game abilities unlocked. With Crystal Needle, this probably won't be too bad. If we had to go in with like Clutter Needle, this actually could have been kind of scary. Well, we got more for Night Sword, so we'll be able to chew through all of our future opponents with relative ease. But yeah, this definitely loses impact once you've actually unlocked all the really powerful copy abilities. So this takes us actually to what appears to be the main path. of sorts. I'm trying to see if there's anything actually different about this. Will this actually take us back to the regular exit? Or will that take us to the, to like another part of the upper level? I'm actually not sure. So to play it safe, I think I'll actually stick with the, upper exit. Maybe, actually no, I'm really curious to see where this goes. Never mind, I dropped it straight into the water, so I guess that makes my decision a lot easier. Alright, so let's take the next warp star. But yeah, I do wonder if that would take you to the main exit, or if it would take you to the lower level. So yeah, it worked out that we didn't have to test it out, I suppose. There's caps on that ledge, and twin Florina instead of one Florina like in the regular route. I do like this, actually. It's kind of like a throwback to Adventure, where there's the tower of mini-bosses, and if you take the upper exit, you basically have harder versions of all the mini-bosses to fight. So it's kind of a throwback to that. Also, there being the little optional pathways that open up, assuming those actually let you collect the wildies and complete all the missions, that means you also probably wouldn't lose out on anything if you actually go through the main path or the optional path. So it's actually nice. You might still have to play it twice because you still have to probably fight Twin Wild Frosty at some point, damageless, which isn't ideal. So yeah, this definitely feels like it will just act in a comparable fashion to the alternate areas of the main stage. So yeah, I don't think you'd actually necessarily miss out on anything. We're being given dig or drill. I definitely want to stick with Morpho Knight Sword under the circumstances. To be fair, there could be more differences in those areas, but like in this case, I don't really want to lose the sword, so I don't really want to switch to Tornado to test to see if anything is actually different in that room. Because yeah, we are definitely shredding through bosses with this. Ow. So I did not actually mean to swap to Hammer, even though Hammer's good. So, I mean, it'll work, but it's just not exactly what I wanted. Masked Hammer is actually really powerful though, like so. So it's not a bad trade, it's just we can't heal off of attacks with Masked Hammer. So it's a slight step down, but it's still very effective. I'm pretty sure a lot of the best times, according to Wise Waddle Dee, were obtained with Masked Hammer. I did notice though that the lighting feels darker, so actually that does make me think that this is sort of like an upper path, and you're just kind of stuck on the upper path. I'm actually curious if the Waddle Dees would be here. Well, that answers my question at least. Oh, there's a little shiny spot there. I assume this corresponds to the Waddle Dee under the bridge, like where you have to drop down. So yeah, it doesn't look like you'd actually miss anything, which is really nice, actually. Okay, this is really weird. We have one Wild Frosty instead of two. I did not expect that, considering we have to fight twin variants of all the mini-bosses except Wild Frosty. I actually don't know if this would count for the mission or not, since the mission specifies twin Wild Frosty. Never mind, you have to fight two anyway, and they're Shotzos. So yeah, if you're going for the missions, definitely don't do this. Definitely try the normal path, because this would just be really obnoxious trying to actually do this without taking damage. You basically have less screen room because of the Shotzos in the corner firing cannon shots. Also, I definitely feel like with Morpho Knight Sword, this would actually be pretty easy, but it's just a matter of, are you patient enough to basically save everything until the very end of the game. In my case, I like to do the missions as I reach them, so yeah, I wouldn't actually do that normally. So there's the blueprint, so yeah, you basically you can't miss anything. And here's the little, like, slidey block puzzle of sorts. I should have just said ice block. But yeah, hit the switch and then just go across with the pipe. And our reward for going through the harder variant of Blizzard Bridge is a ton of star coins and a dome mouth transformation with a switch. Let's see what this does. It gives us a ton of items, a blue star coin, a rare figure, that's like a level 2 figure I think, a lot of food, which is actually kind of nice considering we did take a lot of damage, and the regular end of the stage. I am actually kind of surprised we didn't get a best coin count on that run, considering how many we got at the end. And the final non-HAL room hidden area is in the original Wasteland. At the wastes where life began. So, funny story about this particular secret. I discovered this secret immediately after recording the video on this part of the game. Basically, after recording this, I started watching a stream of Forgotten Land, and the streamer ended up finding the hidden area for this stage, and I learned about, like, I want to say it was either the same day or like the day after recording this stage. So that was very unfortunate timing. But again, it kind of works out. We can show all the secret areas all together. I also kind of commented on it a little bit, but I do really like the idea of, like, an ocean stage that's basically dried up and become a desert. Again, the cargo ship is a good indicator of that, along with like the coral around the area. But it reminds me a lot of Tiki Valley from Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Alright, so the secret is actually in this area, but it's at the very end of the stage. Luckily, the stage is actually pretty short if you know what you're doing and aren't going for all the missions and waddledees. Obviously, some like defeating Florina with Ringmouth adds a little bit of time to that, and collecting all the little star pieces to unlock the one area with the waddledee on top of the cargo ship. But beyond that, if you just are trying to get to the secret area, it doesn't take very long. You have these enemies here. I double-checked where they were from, and I think they are somewhat remote enemies, like from 64. I think it was 64, but again, I actually kind of forgot, even though I did look that up at some point. So the secret area is actually here. Past the goal, there's a part of this fence that's actually broken, and we can actually make it to that hotel in the background. Alright, so we have a ton of star coins, a maximum tomato, and other food, and a figure. We also have a switch here. If we hit the switch, it will actually start dropping coins from this conveyor belt. This actually reminds me of a Mario Party 4 minigame of all things. And we have little star pieces to collect. We want all of them. If we collect them all, that'll open the shutter so we can actually get to all the star coins. Which we definitely want to do because that has a lot of star coins, and that'll actually be helpful for something I want to show off very shortly. So this should be number 4, and that means there's one left. We have to kind of wait for it. Definitely don't want to swap to sleep right now. And with that, we have a ton of spoils for our efforts. Actually, don't think I'll collect the figure because we have all of them. But yeah, we collected quite a few star coins by checking out all these secrets. And with that, we found all of the major secret areas in the remaining worlds that didn't have Hell Rooms. So let's celebrate with one final Kirby dance. Still didn't get a best record. I guess maybe because I skipped a lot in the main stage, that kind of makes sense. Next up, I did want to highlight more about the blue coins, so let's head back to Wild DTown. And we actually want to go to the very first level in the game. Over here, we can take a warp star to the arrival point. So basically every stage, as far as I can tell, like almost every stage has a hidden blue coin somewhere. Some are really cryptic, like standing on the arch in front of the big ruined area in the DDD boss fight. Like basically jumping across the pillars and standing on top of that arch to make a blue coin appear. The one in Arrival Point is also very specific. If you don't have fire, which you normally wouldn't, you'd have to go through the stage until you can get Sword, and then you can chop down this grass to make the star coin appear. I won't be showing all of them because, frankly, if there are star coins in every stage, that would take a very long time. They're just worth 30 regular coins, and they're not required for 100%. But it is really cool to have little secrets strewn about each stage to kind of encourage exploring. Yeah, if you didn't go into the stage with fire, you'd have to go until this point to get Sword, and then backtrack all the way over. You also don't have access to co-op, so you can't even have Bandana Waddle Dee cut down the grass. So yeah, it's actually really well hidden. Like another one I know is there's one on a rooftop near the vending machine in the next stage, Downtown Grassland. But yeah, there are basically blue star coins in like almost every level. I'm recording this almost a month after the game's release. I think almost exactly a month after the game's release, and I still haven't found like a comprehensive list of all the blue star coins, which I think shows how well hidden some of them are. Next up, I wanted to highlight a few things around Wild DTown, starting with a minigame, actually. So, I didn't complete the tilt and roll stages during the main Let's Play, at least the extra hard variants. I mainly wanted to highlight, also by the way, I did do these off-screen. I actually recorded a video and then found out about the Blizzard Bridge secret and the Concrete Isles secret, and then decided to just incorporate those as well, so I had already completed this, unfortunately. One thing worth mentioning is there are target times for the extra hard stages. The first one is 20 seconds, the second two are 30 seconds, and you get increasing numbers of star coins for your first clear, so 500 for the stage, I think 700 for stage 2, and then 900 for stage 3. I just wanted to double check. And this one is actually really rough, trying to control two Kirbys through all the paths with all the Gordos, especially trying to get both of them into the goal. Obviously, this is the hardest one because of the narrow path at the end. My best advice would be to use the reset tilt option as much as you want, because if you can reset it, that actually helps quite a bit, because then you basically have a... If you're realigned, well, you can just basically like tilt really far and just kind of launch through like the narrow section in the middle. But yeah, that's 999 star coins for clearing this. Also, you do get 3 rare stones by completing this. I'll put footage of that on screen because I did do a recording where I went through all the tilt and roll stages on extra hard. That was a large portion of that video, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, these are not easy, and I definitely would recommend just sticking to the normal difficulty if you just want 100%. Don't worry about these unless you are a completionist and you really need the star coins or rare stones. But even then, it's like, I feel like going through Meta Knight, the Meta Knight Cup is more efficient. You get like 500 star coins per run, and then you also get a rare stone every time. Based on how long this took me, which was like 5-10 minutes, I feel like you'd actually be able to get through the Meta Knight Cup in a comparable amount of time, to the point where it really wouldn't be that helpful. Speaking of things that you could do if you want to get more out of this game, one interesting tidbit about the figures is a lot of them can be collected multiple times. So you can get duplicates through either the trade Waddle Dee for rare stones or from the gacha machines. If you get 9 of a specific figure, there will be a star. The ones that you can only get 1 of, those have a star automatically. Hypothetically, like, if you really like this game, not a star, a crown, if you really enjoy this game and don't mind getting, 9 of over 200 figures, probably, I feel like there are about 50 rare ones, so that would make sense. You could hypothetically get crowns on all of these. You get nothing for it, though, but I thought I'd point that out, that technically there is a limit to how many figures that you can actually have. Next up, I actually wanted to highlight a few things actually in the weapons shop. I missed something, because when I showed off this ability, I had a specific setup that meant I missed a key detail of Deep Sleep. So in addition to just being extraordinarily cute, Kirby having a little bed, you can also like rotate the control stick to break out of it faster, by the way. However, if you use Deep Sleep, like regular sleep, it will regenerate health. The difference between Deep Sleep and regular sleep is Deep Sleep will give you a random item effect. So we used Deep Sleep once and we got attack up for 200 seconds. To my knowledge, it doesn't stack, so you can only get 200 seconds, and you can't get like 1,000 like you would if you actually stacked items. I also don't know if this reflects on your Trarina status, like, because if you use items for the arena, it'll put a little icon next to it that you use an item. So I actually kind of wonder if it would do that if you didn't use an item and instead used Deep Sleep. I think it probably would still like put the little icons to say that you used items for that. But still, it's a nice way to get certain power-ups for free, essentially. Like, we got double health, and yeah, it doesn't stack because we did get one double and it didn't affect anything. I also never showed off upgrading abilities. You don't have enough star coins or rare stones. 2,500 star coins and 5 rare stones are required to power up. If you need a rare stone, try clearing the Colosseum. So let's not upgrade that one. Trying to find one that I can afford that I also haven't upgraded yet. Use 1,200 star coins and 3 rare stones to power up the Space Ranger ability. Powered up to Space Ranger +1. This ability's attack power has increased. So powering up abilities doesn't add any new moves or anything, it just makes the attack stronger. You might notice this says +1, because that means you can actually upgrade abilities multiple times, for the most part. I forgot that you can't actually quick drop a power-up. Some, like Time Crash, can only be evolved once. When you reach the max level for an ability, it will have a star icon. And yeah, each ability and each evolution has like separate levels. So again, this is one of those things where if you really like this game and you want to like truly complete everything there is to offer, you could hypothetically get every ability upgraded to star rank. To me, that is way too much work, and that would probably make me dislike the game because of how much I would actually have to play the arena. So I don't recommend doing that, but I do like that in Kirby games. A lot of Kirby games are set up where you basically have like different completion requirements. Like to get 100%, it's not that bad, but then if you want to like do the true arena with like every character in Superstar Ultra, or like go through the ultimate choice with every Dream Friend and Star Allies. You can do that. It doesn't unlock anything, but you can do that if you like really like the game and you want to see everything it has to offer. But for me, the baseline 100% is plenty. Finally, I never showed off anything about co-op. The second player controls Bandana Waddle Dee. He has a lot of the same moves as Kirby, like he can dodge. I'm actually using a single Joy-Con, so I can't taunt, unfortunately. But he can dodge, he can do the little slide attack. If you don't press anything after doing the slide attack, he'll actually do a follow-up, like so. If you actually press jump again, he'll actually vault across like that, which is actually pretty cool. If you stand and charge up, he can rain down projectiles. You can also press Y to drop down and deal damage. He also has like a flurry attack if you mash Y or the attack button. In this case, it's actually B because I'm using a Joy-Con sideways. If you're running and use attack, you can actually charge up a javelin throw. If you charge up a little, you throw 1 spear. If you charge up all the way, you throw 3 spears. But the problem with co-op is Bandana Waddle Dee does not have camera control. The camera is fixed to Kirby. If Bandana Waddle Dee gets too far away, he'll be warped to Kirby's location. So yeah, I do feel like co-op in this game is kind of an afterthought, unfortunately, because of like not having like a ton of abilities for Bandana Waddle Dee, and also having like limited camera control. Like there's no split screen. But one benefit of this being such an afterthought is Bandana Waddle Dee is exempt from damage challenges. If you take damage as Bandana Waddle Dee, but Kirby doesn't take damage, you will actually clear that mission. It's really weird, and again, it kind of shows how I feel like this mode was a little bit undercooked. It's definitely good as a single-player adventure, but yeah, the multiplayer is less than optimal. But with that being said, I think for real this time, that's all I had to say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this Let's Play, and I cannot recommend this game enough. But with that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for something different.